China's ongoing transformation also has far-reaching effects, especially in the city of Hong Kong. I spoke to Donald Tong, Hong Kong Commissioner for Economic and Trade Affairs to the United States, and I asked him about the outlook for the mainland economy and how it affects Hong Kong.
The Chinese leaders has forecast that the Chinese economy will grow by 7.5% this year. This would be, and if you talk to our Hong Kong businessmen, I think they are seeing that perhaps China will continue to grow steadily, and apparently the very worst may well be behind us now.
There was a lot of talk over the past few years about Hong Kong being a renminbi hub, and for our viewers around the world, what that essentially means is the liberalization of the renminbi in terms of exchanging of the currency. It makes Hong Kong quite a hub.
Yes.
Since then, there are other cities that are vying for the hubs. For example, Singapore. There's even talk of London and elsewhere. Does that change the direction of Hong Kong's focus and Hong Kong's future as a financial hub, especially when you talk about exchange rate currency trading with China?
Yeah, renminbi offshore business continues to grow very robustly in Hong Kong. Indeed, last year has been a pretty good year as far as the development of offshore renminbi business. There are around 1,000 batches of renminbi bond issues in Hong Kong, and the renminbi trade settlement has actually grown significantly to $420 billion US dollars. Representing around 1,400 times the amount handled in 2009. As increasing number of economies around the world would be using renminbi for trade settlement, we believe that this will bring lots of new business banking opportunities for Hong Kong, particularly in renminbi.
Hong Kong has seen a number of challenges over the last decade and a half, but every time it seems like to the rescue is always China, in large part. The Chinese growth has been tremendous. It's helped funnel a lot of capital into Hong Kong. That was the last decade. What does the next decade bring for Hong Kong?
In the next decade, indeed, in future decades, China, mainland of China, will remain a very, very important trading partner of Hong Kong, and I strongly believe that our economic integration with China will certainly continue to solidify and consolidate. And obviously, there are a number of new arrangements whereby Hong Kong has been benefiting. For example, our free trade pact with the mainland of China, offshore renminbi business, wine business, art and culture business, and all this have to do a lot with the mainland of China. The middle class in China is expanding, and that creates a very big market for Hong Kong.
We've had a number of conversations about this. The gap between the rich and poor is very evident in Hong Kong. What is the Hong Kong government doing about that?
Yeah, we are aware of the issues. For one, it is the property market, which has been somewhat heated, and we are very worried about the affordability of housing in Hong Kong, and also the somewhat uneven distribution of income. So the Hong Kong government is now looking into various measures to expand the land supply to build a land bank. We are also working on a number of welfare programs, which we believe would help to alleviate the burden of the locals, also the elderlies and also the underprivileged. The good thing about Hong Kong is that because we always, most of the time, we have a surplus budget, so the Hong Kong government can afford the necessary funding as long as we continue to grow healthily.